Hello, TOEFL students. Today, we are going to talk about Skill 4 for Part A of the TOEFL listening section. These are the skills that you have learned so far for Part A. Focus on the second speaker. Choose answers with synonyms and avoid similar sounds. Skill 4 is about who, what, and where questions. In Part A of the listening section, it is common for you to be asked to draw one of the following conclusions. Who is probably talking? What will she or he probably do next? Or where does the dialogue probably take place? In Skill 4 questions, the answer is not stated. Instead, you must draw a conclusion, which means make an intelligent guess based on clues that you hear in the dialogue. One kind of conclusion is to ask you to determine who the speaker is based on clues. Let's look at an example of this type of question.
Can you tell me what assignments I missed when I was absent from your class?
You missed one homework assignment and a quiz.
Who is the man?
In this kind of question, you need to listen for clues, key words in the dialogue that will help you answer the question. So here, our key words are class, homework, and quiz. Now look at the answers. Which of these kinds of people would be talking about class, homework, and quiz? Both C and D could be talking about these three topics. But when we look closer at what the second speaker said, we can see that the answer should be C, a teacher. Another type of conclusion that you will have to make is to determine what will probably happen next, based on clues that you hear. Let's look at an example of this type of question.
Are you going to read those books here in the library?
I think I'd rather check them out now and take them home.
What will the man probably do next?
Here are some of the clues in this dialogue. Books, check them out, and take them home. So, we can guess based on these clues that the person is probably at the library. The question is, what will the man probably do next? So he wants to check out books and take them home. When you want to take books home from a library, you need to go to the circulation desk. So the best answer here is D, dog. A final type of conclusion is to determine where the conversation probably takes place based on clues. Let's look at an example of this type of question.
Are you going into the water or are you just going to lie there on the sand?
I think I need to put on some suntan lotion.
Where does this conversation probably take place?
These are some of the key words or clues in the dialogue: water, sand, and suntan lotion. Which one of these places has all of those things? B, or boy, the beach, has water, sand, and suntan lotion. So this is our answer. Here are some strategies for today's assignment. Before you play the audio track, you should read all the answer choices. Use your dictionaries and make sure you understand. Obviously, during the real TOEFL test, you cannot use your dictionary, but while you are studying, it is a good idea to look up and try to learn any words that you are unfamiliar with or that you do not know. Okay, 2. First, try and determine the type of question. Is it a who, what, or where question? For today's assignment, they will all be Skill 4 questions, so you will want to determine if each one is who, what, or where. 3. Look for all the words that sound the same and avoid answers with similar sounds. Then, while you are listening to the track, you should read and listen at the same time. Focus on the second speaker and listen for key words that the second speaker says. Finally, because these are Skill 4 questions, you should listen and look for clues that will tell you who, what, or where. So let's look at the answers for the first 3 questions from your assignment for today and see if we can decide if the questions are who, what, or where questions before we even hear the audio recording. Number 1. Look at these answers. They all start with in, and then they have the name of a location. So we can guess that number 1 is going to be a where question. Number 2. All of the answers start with the word he. So we can guess that number 2 is a who question. Finally, number 3. Here, all of the answer choices start with a verb. So we can guess that number 3 is a what question. Now, you can try to do the same thing for the rest of the questions before you listen to the audio track. So, your assignment for today is to finish the rest of the questions. Before you listen to the audio recording, you should look at the answers and try to decide if it is a who, what, or where question. Then, listen to the audio recording and listen for clues. As always, if you have any questions or if you need some help, send me a message and I will help you. Good luck!